Hello, beautiful. Today is one of my favorite episodes to record because we're going into the actual diagnostic of your business. It's the one that I take every single new Boldheart member through. It's the one that tells us within about 15 minutes exactly where your business is leaking your time, your money, your peace. And there are 8 levers. I call them the 8 leverage activators. And by the end of this episode, you are going to know which one is yours. So before you do anything else, go grab a pen. I mean it. Get a notebook, get a piece of paper. We are going to do some real work today. Okay. It's not going to be difficult, but it is going to be enlightening. Now, before we get into the activators themselves, the ones that will get you to 7 figures or multiple 7 figures with your life and freedom back, I want to talk about why we're doing a diagnostic at all. It is because when most women hit a wall in their business, the instinct is to chase a new strategy. I see this all the time. They want a new funnel. They want a new course. They want to launch a new model. What that energy is I call that grabbing at straws energy, or whack-a-mole energy, if you remember that game when we were little. And that grabbing at straws energy, listen, I get it. It's like panic. But after 17 years, at 7 figures myself and walking thousands of women through this, here is the truth. Here is the pattern that I have seen. Strategy does not fix a business. Diagnosis does. Here's what I mean. If you don't know which activator that we're going to talk about today is actually blocked in your business, you're going to throw strategy at the wrong problem. You're going to hire somebody expensive when the issue is your business model. Or you're going to build a funnel when the issue is actually your team. Or you'll think that working harder or longer hours is the key when the issue is actually your boundaries. So today, I'm not handing you another strategy. I am handing you a mirror, dear sister. We are going to look in the mirror together. And this is where the real transformation happens. Okay? So let's get into it. Activator 1 is leverage your team. And here's what I mean by that. If you're still doing everything yourself, the business is not going to be able to grow. And I want to honor the thoughts that come up when I say that. No one will do it as well as I do. I don't have the time to train anyone. What if they leave? What if they do it wrong? What if my clients don't want them? They want me. I have had every single one of those thoughts, and so have the thousands of women that I've worked with before. But here's what's also true. The team that got you here where you are right now is not necessarily the team that's going to get you there where you want to be. Okay? Different results require often a different team, or at least some team shifts, always. And just to reassure you, it's not always more people. Sometimes it's about putting the right person in the right seat. And at this level of business, the first real leverage hire isn't a virtual assistant or a VA. It is someone who holds operations for you and with you. It can be an OBM, an operations manager, a business manager, a second in command, an integrator, whatever you want to call it. It is someone who takes everything off your plate so that you can focus on exponential growth. Activator 2 is leverage your systems. And this is the one that most creative, visionary women actually avoid. Why? Because systems and processes don't actually feel very sexy. They feel restrictive. They feel like a cage. But here's the reframe that I want to offer you. Systems are not a cage. Systems are a container. It is where your freedom lives. And without systems, every project is going to start from scratch. Every project is going to need you. Onboarding gets reinvented every time, or launches get reinvented, or hiring gets reinvented, or the whole thing is just loosey-goosey, over and over again. Conversely, a leveraged business documents the things that happen over and over again. If it happens more than once in your business, then it gets a system. Not to make the business robotic, but to free your brain from having to hold it all. You know that mental list that you have that's never ending? The goal is structure and control so that everything runs smoothly and no longer requires your daily involvement. It is about making your business so consistent that you can scale it to 7 or multiple 7 figures without you being responsible for everything. So the shift is this. Pick one process this month, loom it, write it, hand it off, and then next month, the next one. That's it. Activator 3 is leverage your time. And this is the one that we feel the most because it gets personal. So let's understand that time is your most precious commodity. When there's no more of it, the business cannot grow and neither can you. When there's not enough time, you start feeling the signs of burnout. Your energy or your health start to get affected. Your sleep gets affected. The people in your life start to suffer because they're watching you prioritize email over them. Everything suffers. And the way to consider how important leveraging your time is lies in shifting your mindset to believe that your calendar is a multi-million-dollar asset. Your calendar. And if you don't treat it like a multi-million-dollar asset, your business will grow, but your life will shrink. The shift happens when you start being really strategic about how you use your time, focusing on exponential growth activities, setting stronger boundaries, reducing access to team and clients, and taking back your time from the people in your life who you have allowed to hijack it. And then it's about working only in your unique brilliance. We are going to do an entire episode on $1 million boundaries soon because this one deserves its very own conversation. Now, Activator 4 is leverage your business model. Now, your business model answers one question. How does my business make money? But the deeper question is this. Does it require me to be personally involved every single time and in every single aspect of how I deliver results to my clients? If yes, you do not have a business. You have a job that you happen to own. We all go through this. I went through this. A leveraged business model means that you shift how you deliver your work to clients so that you are no longer trading hours for dollars. And that could be passive income. That could be what I call leveraged income. It could be associates or a group program or a certification or trained coaches, digital products, licensing, SaaS, an app. There are literally countless permutations or ways to work with your clients that don't require as much of you. You can still stay involved. I stay involved in my business, but not everything depends on me. I can stay in my unique zone of genius. And so can you. The goal is to work with 2 times to 10 times your current number of clients and customers while actually working fewer hours. And there's no one right model. Just the question of whether yours can scale beyond the number of hours you have per day. Activator 5 is leverage your marketing. Now, marketing is arguably the most important lever for generating revenue, and the issue isn't effort. Most women I meet are efforting. They are doing the marketing. The real issue is that the marketing is not systematized. There's no repeatable engine. There's no clear path from stranger to lead to client. There are scattered activities that are producing inconsistent revenue. Sometimes you wake up and you see that there are no clients in the pipeline and you market, and then you get the new clients and you stop. And then 6 months later, your well is empty and you have to market again. And you have this unbearable roller coaster of feast and famine. The shift is the concept of omnipresent marketing. It's not about you being everywhere. It's about setting up your marketing so that it has the perception of you being everywhere. Not marketing activities, but marketing assets. And this approach is what brings in an unprecedented number of qualified leads without it being you personally involved in the day-to-day lead generation. You don't actually need to do a whole lot more marketing. You need to do less marketing, just better, and then leverage it. So it's about identifying the 2 or 3 activities that actually move the needle and build a system around them. Not 14 activities done badly, but 2 or 3 dialed in, done well, consistently, and then leveraged so you have the appearance of being everywhere at the same time. Activator 6 is leverage your accountability. And here's what I mean by that. Do you actually know your numbers? I ask that because in the beginning, I never did. I would wake up in November and be like, I wonder if I'm going to reach my goals this year, if I even had goals. And I see this happen with women all the time. They just start their business year and they're like, okay, let's hope that it's going to be good this year. And so going back, do you actually know your numbers, your real revenue benchmark for the year? Is it broken into quarters, broken into months, weeks, days? I know you didn't start out your business thinking this way, but we've got to put our big girl pants on, right? And accountability also has to do with asking yourself if you have a team that is accountable to and responsible for growing your business for you and with you. In the beginning, you were the only dragon slayer. But it doesn't have to be that way. The pattern I see most often is that revenue happens, but reactively. It's a consequence, not an intention. There's no clear target, just like, I hope this month is going to be good. And listen, hope is beautiful. I am an incredibly hopeful and optimistic person. If you know me well, you know this about me. But I hope that it's okay to say, hope is a terrible business strategy. When you're not accountable to a number, your nervous system actually stays in low-grade anxiety because you never know if you're winning or losing. You don't know how much is coming in, if you're going to make more than you did last year or less, if you're going to be able to pay the bills. That is nerve-wracking. And it's just so common, especially with female founders. The shift is having real structure around your goals, so you always know exactly where you stand. It also means being able to have the right reporting so that you can course correct in real time and reach your goals like clockwork. That's why accountability is so important. Activator 7 is leverage your differentiation. Can you tell me or someone else in one sentence what makes you different? What makes your business different or better than its competitors? And if you hesitated just now, this is your activator. Because here's what happens when differentiation is weak. That's when you start to compete on price. That's when you over-explain in sales conversations, or you'll hear prospects say, well, I'm shopping around. The goal to overcome this and become untouchable in your industry and not have competitors is to differentiate your offerings so much that clients stay for years and refer regularly. And the way you do that is to get them results they can't get elsewhere and provide to them a feeling that they simply cannot find anywhere else. When you can do that, results and a feeling that they can't get elsewhere, you don't have competitors. When differentiation is strong, price becomes a non-issue. It almost doesn't matter what you charge. Conversely, when it's weak, price is the only conversation. It just becomes a comparison. And now let's move on to the last activator. Activator number 8 is leverage your lifestyle. And this one is about releasing yourself even further from the day-to-day operations of your business. And it requires one thing more than anything else: a second in command that you trust. Someone who runs the business with you so that you can scale to 1 million or more while actually living an ideal life of freedom. What is an ideal life of freedom? Well, I think it means no longer working on evenings and weekends, Having someone in your business who can lead, manage, and hold your team and projects accountable so you can step back and get your life back. A life of freedom, in my book, is no more emails into the night, no more laptops on vacation. Instead, it's handled. You have a second in command. It's handled by someone else, not you this time. And so your business can scale. You can make a bigger difference in people's lives. And you can take 14 weeks of unplugged vacations a year. Because that's the whole point, isn't it? You don't actually want 2 or 3 Lamborghinis in your garage. You want more time to travel, to be with the people you love, to be creative, to rest. And let's agree that you did not build your business to be trapped inside of it. You built it so you can have a life. So a leveraged lifestyle means the business serves you and not the other way around. Okay? So those are the 8 leverage activators. Leverage your team, leverage your systems, leverage your time, leverage your business model, leverage your marketing, leverage your accountability, leverage your differentiation, and leverage your lifestyle. This is my jam. This is what I do with my eyes closed. I've helped tens of thousands of women with this process, and it works. This is what transforms your business, how much you make and take home. This is what transforms the business and the lives of the women who choose to apply this process fully. And now I want you to do something. I want you to just pause for a second, and I want you to ask yourself, which one, when I listed it, did you know was the activator that is the biggest one for you to shift? Which one gave you that little knowing feeling, that tightening, the one that said, oh, that one, that's the one, because that's your activator. And here's what I want you to know. You don't need to fix all 8 of them. You need to start by focusing on the one that is the most blocked, at least for now. When you activate the weakest one, everything else starts to move. This is how Boldheart women scale cleanly to 7 figures. And it's not by working harder. It's not by trying to do all 8 at the same time. It's by diagnosing accurately first. And before I close, I want to say something directly to you. You are not stuck at this plateau or overwhelmed because something is wrong with you. This is a rite of passage. I have seen this with thousands and thousands of women. This is why this process works, because it is for everybody. So there's nothing wrong with you. You are simply stuck because something specific in your business needs to be activated. That's it. And once you know which one it is, the path forward gets really, really clear. So this is the work right in front of you. Accurate diagnosis followed by focused action. Now, you may have been listening to a bunch of the activators as I was sharing them with you and thinking, okay, well, I think it's this one. Ooh, maybe it's this one too. And you don't know which one is the biggest one. Well, if you want to know with real precision which activator is yours to work on first, I want to tell you that there is an assessment. It's called the Leveraged Business Assessment. And the 8 activators we just walked through are the foundation of it. The assessment is free. It takes about 3 minutes. You're just going to answer some questions. And by the end, you will know exactly which activator is your weakest in your business and what to focus on next. And this is the same diagnostic that Boldheart uses with every new client. The link is in the show notes. So, beautiful sister, here's what I want you to take with you today. I'm going to say it again. You are not stuck because there is something wrong with you. You are not stuck because maybe you shouldn't have your own business. You are simply stuck because something specific in your business needs to be activated. And once you know which one it is, the path becomes very clear. So take the assessment. The link is in the show notes, and I will see you next week. Next week, we're going into the mindset side and talking about why high-performing women like you self-sabotage right before the next revenue level. This happens to everyone, including you. It happened to me too. And we're going to unpack that next time. Until then, I am sending you so much love.